Hi friends! It has been a month since I made a video for you. Thank you for your patience. I want you to know that I am far more interested in quality than quantity when it comes to this space. So I had originally thought that I would do a video every week, and if I have something important to share with you every week, then I have no problem doing a video every week. But I really don't want to be kind of like grabbing for topics or rambling your head off if I just don't have anything important to say at the time. So I feel like what's on my mind today is important, and so I'm going to do a video. So thank you for your patience for the in-between time. You can always find me on Instagram, or if you're a Weight Watcher, you can find me on Connect in between videos. So thanks. What I want to talk to you about today is staying the course on the journey when life gets hard. Earlier this morning, I met with my friend Emily. Hi, Emily, if you're watching, for coffee, and we talked. And Emily is the type of friend that will get right to the heart of it. She will ask me the hard questions about my life. It is not just small talk, and I adore that about you, Emily. This morning she asked me about my miscarriages and how I was doing. And we talked a lot about it, about how my heart is doing, how I'm healing. For those of you who don't know, I guess I should give you, I just dropped a bomb. So for those of you who don't know, over the course of my past 3 years of my journey, I've had 2 miscarriages. The first was in December, January, 1 year into my journey, and the most recent was this past September. So with both of my losses, I had a season where I just could not focus on the program at all. I just didn't care at all. I was either not eating at all or eating everything in sight, kind of very day to day, because I was in a place of crisis and trauma. The grief kind of was more substantial than my desire to stay in control. So I want to differentiate between staying the course through hardship, like the challenges of life in general, and trauma. So, when you're going through trauma, maybe it's a loss of a person or a loss of a relationship or a loss of a job, like something very, very significant, a trauma in your life. Of course, survival is far more important than tracking your food, right? So you're allowed to survive. I am absolutely not talking about your need to be perfect or stay the course. We don't ever need to be perfect, first of all, but trying to buck up and stay the course during trauma. I am not saying that at all. That has not been my life or my experience. So I'm not talking about trauma. I just want to differentiate between those two things. I'm talking about life challenges. So a life challenge might be, my son is in therapy, or my sister is really sick, or something that is ongoing in your life that is just one of the challenges that you've been dealt in life. This isn't going to be fixed overnight, so we have to learn how to deal with it. We can't let those challenges derail us because life will always have them. Do you get what I mean? Like, if we're waiting for the time when there is no challenge, when everything is smooth sailing and everything is happy and sunshine and roses, if that's what you're waiting for to get your journey in order, you'll be waiting forever, because that isn't real life. We are always going to have challenges and hardships that come our way. It might be a physical injury that makes activity hard. It might be an illness in the family, a problem at work, a difficult relationship. There are, you know what your story is. I know what my story is. And, but we have to learn how to navigate those challenges and still have success on our journey. Okay. That was kind of a long explanation of what my topic is about today. The core of it is staying the course through life's challenges. So how do we do that? How do we face a challenge and not let it derail us? So for me, The real key is just remembering that food doesn't fix our circumstances. Food won't fix it. So if I am, in a fight with my cousin, I don't know, I'm just picking something. If I'm in a fight with someone and I'm upset about it, so I'm like eating cookies, the cookies are not going to fix that relationship. That relationship is a totally separate thing that needs to be fixed on its own. After the cookies, now you're going to have, on top of your stress of that situation, now you're going to have guilt, shame, remorse. You're going to have the effects on the scale. You're actually adding to your stress. Your problem still exists. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it is, a situation at your job, or physical injury. We all have our thing. So fill in the blank of what your struggles are that you're facing. Food, it's not going to fix it. If the problem isn't hunger, the solution is not food. So we have to be able to control what we can control. You may not be able to control this situation. You may not be able to control the people in that situation, the circumstances in that situation. If someone is sick, you can't make them better. You can't control that. So you overeating, it's not going to fix that. It might feel better for the 15 minutes that it's happening, but then on top of your situation, you've got guilt, shame, remorse, gaining weight, pants are too tight, you're lethargic, it just adds and adds and adds. It is not the solution. So, recognizing what we can and can't control has been a real key for me, because when there are circumstances that I can't control, what I can control is how I am taking care of myself in the midst of that circumstance. So I'm taking care of myself with healthy, nutritious food. I'm taking care of myself by getting good sleep. I'm taking care of myself by staying hydrated. I'm taking care of myself by staying active. You guys know that activity is one of the best stress relievers that exists. Being physically active changes the chemistry in your body, clears your head, helps with your mental health, reduces anxiety, and you'll sleep better. There are a million benefits to being physically active that overeating does not offer you. So using activity to reduce stress instead of mindlessly eating to attempt to reduce stress is another key. So basically, recognize what we can and can't control, okay? We can't control those circumstances, but we can control how we care for ourselves in the midst of those circumstances, okay? Does that make sense? That's really it, guys. This isn't a very long video, but it doesn't need to be, because really the message that I want you to get, and I want to reiterate what I said at the beginning about the difference between crisis and trauma and life challenges. When you're in a place of crisis and trauma, no, you're not. Your journey is not going to be your number one concern. Survival is going to be your number one concern, and that's totally okay. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about our regular life challenges, the things that we just have to live with, things that are not going to be changing or going anywhere anytime soon. That's just the journey. That's life. And we have to learn to navigate those challenges and not let them derail us. So control what you can control. Care for yourself well in the midst of the struggle, okay? And use activity to be a stress release for you. Activity is part of self-care. So that's it, you guys. I hope that made sense. If you have any questions or comments, please pop them down below. I absolutely will answer. And that's it. Thank you again for your patience in between my videos. I hope another month doesn't go by without one. But thanks for your patience if it does. That's it. Thank you guys all so much, and I will see you soon.